technology.
Nobody knows more about environmental impact statements.
I understand the tax laws better than almost anyone.
He'll take your questions on everything from baseball deals
Nobody knows more about trade than me.
to children's gifts.
Nobody has better toys than I do.
Ask Trump can improve your vocabulary.
I know words. I have the best words.
Audiences enjoy it so much it feels like a religious experience.
Nobody loves the Bible more than I do.
Ask Trump is so...
When I woke up this morning, I don't know how you felt, but I wasn't feeling
stunned.
Unity. Yeah, I wasn't feeling unity. I was feeling angry. And again, I've made pretty clear, I'm not some sycophant. I've always said about Trump, I'm not under his spell, but I'm not suffering from Trump derangement syndrome either. So I feel like I'm in a unique position. And I feel like the same is true of you. You've been critical of the president at times. You've been extremely supportive of him at times. You have beautiful stories in your book about his treatment of people like your mom. So I feel like you're able to criticize him when he's done wrong. But what's happening here really feels like persecution.
Yeah, Megan, you're 100% right. One of the things that we have to do is tell both sides of the story, see both sides of the ledger. And while the president has done some things that I've spoken out against, he's also led one of the greatest economic recoveries and one of the most inclusive economies. But at the same time, he sat down with victims, families whose loved ones lost their lives at the hand of police, and he listened. He was patient, deferential. And what I hope from Lady Justice is when the blindfold is on, the scales are balanced. And when I'm looking at today, I question whether or not there's a thumb or a foot on the scale when it comes to certain people in certain places that we just don't like. That's not America. It's not American. It's not justice. We as Americans fought for the last 246 years to come to the place where every single person should be judged based on what they do, not who they are, not whether or not we like them. And that's what's so stunning and concerning about the current predicament that we see our Justice Department in. And remember, last week in the Judiciary Committee, Christopher Wray was testifying about inconsistencies in the FBI. So this is not simply about yesterday. The precursor to yesterday was this inconsistent application of justice for a very long time, and now it's heading to the most powerful regions of this country. What does that say to the average person in this nation?
Mm-hmm. They can't stop going after Donald Trump. If they love nothing more than to pursue him criminally, whether it's in the U.S. Senate trying to get a conviction on the impeachment, and as I mentioned, the New York prosecutors, which that DA was under enormous pressure, and to his credit, he said, "I'm not doing that one. That we don't have it." Yes. And I could go down the list. And the Democrats are ratcheting up the pressure now on Merrick Garland. They want, and I'm sure they'd love to see Trump behind bars. They would love that. But what they really don't want is for him to run again, and God forbid, in their view, to win again. Right. I believe in my core that's what this is about. You were on Capitol Hill on January 6th. You write openly in the book about how scary that was, having to run in the private room with the chaplain praying.
Yes.
It's not like you didn't get that it was a serious, dangerous day.
Oh, terrible day.
But this ongoing obsession with pinning it entirely on Donald Trump and slapping criminal charges on him.
Yes.
That's what this is about. What do you think of it?
Well, Megan, there's no doubt. I've done a lot of interviews this week trying to make sure that people understand and appreciate what I believe is the future of America, and that's us getting along together. And it's one of the reasons why America Redemption Story is so important. And in the book, I talk specifically about January the 6th, and I put the blame exactly where it needs to be, on the shoulders and in the hearts of those entering the Capitol. I put it right where it needs to be. As I'm finding an escape route, those pursuing me should be held responsible for their bad and disgusting decisions at times to come out and come against people like me and other senators. I think through that day, and the one thing that a lot of media refuses to accept is that the responsibility for individuals is the person in the mirror. Not somebody at 1600 Pennsylvania, but literally the person in the mirror is the one that I must hold accountable for hunting me.
What do you mean? Expand on that.
Well, as opposed to suggesting that President Trump somehow persuaded these folks to show up with weapons in hand or guns in their sacks to look for a way to overturn the election, I think that the best thing that I can do is to look at the folks coming down the hallway and hold those individuals responsible for their actions. It's like my mama used to say when I was a youngster, if your friends jump off the bridge, are you jumping off the bridge too?
I love your mom's advice, by the way.
It's the
and I love
essence.
your grandma's advice too, like passed down generation, and how all the top 3 rules are basically the same rule.
Yes.
And it's about personal responsibility.
That's been my experience. There's no doubt about it that the more personally responsible we are, the more liberty we will experience. The less we give our lives over to some central control, central command, we'll have a caste system in this nation, and those at the bottom will be stuck there. And that's what I don't know why we don't see clearly into the future under this current drive where the application of justice is inconsistent, where the rules are changed based on who's on the field. That is exactly what we fought against. It's exactly why I thought this was the time to write a book about hope and unity forged together through hard work, discipline, perseverance, and tenacity. Those characteristics lead us in the right direction, but blaming somebody else, victimhood, those are the things that lead us in the wrong direction.
If you're like me, you're getting more and more concerned about the future. The market's all over the place. Inflation is at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates are skyrocketing. Market experts not only predict a recession, but are using terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. If you want to protect your future, call a precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. All it takes to get started is a simple, short phone call, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or inside your IRA or 401k. And they keep it simple. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. And as an exclusive offer for my fans, if you call them right now, they're going to give you up to $1,500 of free silver and a free safe on qualifying orders. President Trump should call. I hear he's in need of a new one. Don't wait. Call now. Call 866-518-2955. That's 866-518-2955. Or text Megan, my name, Megyn, to 65532. Again, call 866-518-2955 or text Megyn to 65532. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.
Thank you for, I'm a big fan of your show. Great debate, great. And I'm Scottish. I'm very passionate about what's happening there, I had a great mom. She was Scottish, Mary McLeod. She taught me well. She taught me well at everything, including golf. I love Scotland, and I love the Scottish food. It's great food. I said to Melania, haggis. Look at that. What's more Scottish than that? Me. I am that haggis. She said, what, thin-skinned and full of crap?